Hey, y'all. One more time.
You're beautiful but unsatisfied since day one. You were getting teased and it scarred you when you were young. Now you're getting older and you've been on the grind. Your paper off the scale so you feel like it's time. So you got a nose job, that's the primary thing. People tease you as a kid and for some reason you hit. Always into high fashion, girl, you heavy like lead. Liposuction out your shell like a chicken and egg. Feeling confident but now you're becoming obsessed. First your nose, then your weight, now your butt and your breast. It's a vanity fair, cosmetic overdose. Fiending for a next operation like it was dope. Now you feel the need to skin pill, your skin's no good. But if those around you were real, they'll tell you the truth. Just because you spending thousands, that don't make it alright. Had one problem, now it's many going under the knife. Your lips, breasts, butt, legs, waist, hips, nose and chest, waistline, facelines, looking your best. Do it like the rest, Vanity Fair. I said your lips, breasts, butt, legs, waist, hips, nose and chest, waistline, facelines, looking your best. Do it like the rest, Vanity Fair. Come on. Vanity Fair, yeah. Changing one or two things, cool, girl, do you? Do you wanna be beautiful and look like you? Or do you wanna look like someone you saw in a magazine or video, but not in the raw? I like nice shaped bodies, bikinis Brazilian, but too much of anything just isn't appealing. Some people spend a lifetime, even a million. No grace like those unhappy with chilling. A girl with a big butt, big lips, small hips is what we all love to see, and men dream about this. There is nothing wrong with getting something broken fixed. Some women get a breast job cause cancer resists. Some women want to please their man and insist. And a woman really loves you if she wants to do this. But abuse ain't the same as intention with care. So be careful of the drug called the Vanity Fair. Vanity Fair. Your lips, breasts, butt, legs, waist, hips, nose and chest, waistline, facelines, looking your best. Do it like the rest, Vanity Fair. I said your lips, breasts, butt, legs, waist, hips, nose and chest, waistline, facelines, looking your best. Do it like the rest, Vanity Fair. Your lips, breasts, butt, legs, waist, hips, nose and chest, waistline, facelines, looking your best. Do it like the rest, Vanity Fair. I said your lips, breasts, butt, legs, waist, hips, nose and chest, waistline, faceline, look at your best. Do it like the rest, Vanity Fair. Come on.
You know what I just did? This is going to sound how stupid I am today. I just put a Jolly Rancher in right at the start of this, and I was like sucking on it, and then I'm like, oh my goodness, no, I can't have food in my mouth while I go live. So I started to chew the damn thing. I think I broke one of my teeth off. I was like, you got 3 minutes, bitch. Get that thing chewed up. Oh, okay. Not going to try that again. Hey, Nada. Hey, Bama. L, ASU mom. Always happy. OG AOL. Marcy. Tatessa. Outlaw Trucker. Miss Lee. Skip to my Lou. Janine. Andy. BB. BBs. Susan. Sheila. Kathy Clock the House. Blank Screen. Kathy Rebuilds. Miss Lee again. Language of Horses. Mimi of 8. Full Gamer. Lenore. Llama Mama. Dancing in the Moonlight. Mr. Antonio is home, so he'll be joining us in a little bit. Skip to my Lou. Jessica. Jessica, are you? Clemson girl. Felony Melanie. Lynn Love and Light. Wise Guys here. Brenda. Just Jake. Oh, Orion. Bernie. Lisa. 6 Up Media. Beth. All right, y'all. I was going to do Kel's. Let me see if I get through it. Saucy. Kelly. Savvy Alley. In Your Face. Bernie. I think I got everybody. I think I did. If I missed you, I'm sorry. I'll try to catch you. Not for nothing. Molly's Moose Knuckle. Lady Canine. I'm getting you still. I'm still getting you guys coming in. CK Warhola. Hey, not for nothing. Good catch earlier. Good catch. I wonder who that is, though. I was thinking to myself, I wonder who that is. Just a little question. If you don't know, Janine, thank you so much. You don't need to do that. Krig's wifey, thank you for being here, everybody. Gina, thank you all for being here. Okay, so a couple things. I was going to kick off and just go into what Molly did last night, her reaction to this. Hey, Purple Dot. Hey, Sassy Nani. But I've been asked to take some time and answer questions. Again, I can only answer questions on the facts of what we've unfolded. I cannot and will not speak on behalf of Dre's story, her truth, nothing of that nature. But I would answer questions when it comes to the facts and where those, like the proof can be found of some of these things that she's saying. There's been a lot of questions about that. There's been a lot of questions about the main players involved. So I figured I would take a few moments and give you guys the opportunity of asking those questions if you want to ask them. If you don't know, most of you guys are pretty informed over here. So I feel like I already answered these individually to these people, but I wanted to open up that opportunity if you do have questions. Again, I can't speak for everybody involved in this. I can only give you the facts. Again, my voice has only been used for getting information out as far as the facts of what concerns everybody in the gray area, the ripple effect. Oh, I've heard about that a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. She's kind of being, why is MGL such an idiot? I can't answer that one. That I cannot. I hate peas. Hello. Whew, she's really, hey, LK. Yes, Janine, I did too. But that's a little bit of a different story too. That was somebody that knows them and like had a connection to. I think it's pretty common. I'm surprised there was only one that actually reached out. I figured there would be a ton of people that were trying to reach out and talk to her. I really thought there would be a ton. Hey, Desi. Hey, Orion. Yeah, we're gonna watch her. Well, we're not gonna watch the makeup video part probably all the way through. I'll probably pull some clips of that, but we are going to watch some of her when she was streaming her initial response, because there's a lot of things that I can point out in that. Now hearing other things that I'm like, oh my goodness, this totally makes sense. I have so many questions myself right now because we kept talking about, was there one trip? Was there two trips? Was there three trips? Remember, there was posts on social media. Sorry, you guys have really bad lighting tonight. There was posts on now it looks like my nose is like bright red. It's not. Anyways. Oh well. Anyways. There was posts on social media that led people in certain directions constantly. Thank you, Mimi of 8. There was just this constant cluster of moving pieces that nobody could ever quite pick up on, because there were so many things that were being told that were so wrong. And hearing Dre speak on these things, I'm like, holy crap. Not for nothing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. She looks great, Juicy Jules. I think she looks wonderful. I was really happy to see how she looks excellent. I mean, this couldn't be any worse for the misinformation cronies. ASU Mom, thank you for the memberships. You guys are way too kind over here. Hey, Pecan Pie. If you have questions, ask me. If you have things that you're still unsure about in the timeline of things, again, this isn't a side thing. This is right versus wrong. This is what was done. You can have your opinions on certain things, but what was done here and what continues to happen. And another thing I want to remind you, and tomorrow, in fact, we're going to open with Frankie Sr.'s statement again. I want to refresh people's memories that this is not a one-time event. Dre is their most recent victim and what we're seeing handled right now. And she is using her voice now. But this has been continual. And unfortunately, that one even had, because it was the Shanann Watts story, that had millions. I mean, that had national media attention on top of social media attention. So I want to refresh everybody. So tomorrow we'll open with that. Oh, Bama, she said I saw her post that she's been doing spring cleaning and stuff. She's been doing projects. She's always busy. That woman is always on the go. I haven't even spoke to her recently. Can I play it? Not for nothing. I never play your guys' clips because I always feel bad. Yeah, can I play it? Do you care? Do you mind if I do? I always feel bad when I play your guys' stuff. I have a hard time with it. You guys know I'm weird. I'm not your normal. I do all my own content. I do all my own clips. I try not to steal people's shit. Okay, perfect. I'll play it, not for nothing. I would be honored. Y'all know, like, even when I did that, like, shout out to the clip channels and everything that night, I felt so bad because I was like, you know, not everybody wants to be recognized by certain people. So I felt bad. Hold on, babe. You can come take over in a minute. Oh, by the way, I hear Tweedledee and Tweedledum are throwing a little bitch fit tonight. Whoops. Did I do that? I hear they're having a little complaint session about names I've called them. And do they think I want to really give a shit? Nope. Oh, hold on. Damn it. Okay, I got it finally. I'm being slow on the upload tonight. All right, hold on. Okay, so Not For Nothing caught this earlier today. This is from Not For Nothing. Please sub up to Not For Nothing here in the comment section. Amazing channel. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I just realized something. You guys, do you know how hard I've made this on myself for so long, sharing people's links? I go all the way out and come back in instead of just clicking on their name and going to their channel. I have made it hard on myself and go all the way out and come. Oh, okay. Never mind. I'm ridiculous. I just realized that. Was that justice? Oh, yeah, it could have been. Well, no, she said too that the missing puzzle pieces reached out to her. She did say. She absolutely did say that. So I just figured that out. I am so ridiculous. It's only taken me 7 months to figure that out. There's a shortcut. Okay. Y'all know I'm such a good YouTube over here. Anyways, Not For Nothing. I just dropped the link. Here we go. Oh, and so funny. Huh? Does that happen to say Barnyard is next? Is that what that says? What do you guys think that says? That sure seems to say Barnyard is next. Time 78 iCloud. What's next for Barnyard? Are we playing Wheel of Fortune? Should we get the next chess piece move? Oh, that's who that is, Not For Nothing? Oh, shit. 2 tacos, huh?
Oh, and we will.
I'm pausing it so you guys can see it, because there you go. I'm going nowhere. Okay, boo.
Okay, Bo. Give us something to talk about, Bo.
Say whatever they want. That
and we will. And we will.
Because I'm going nowhere. Okay, boo.
Okay, Bo. Give us something to talk about, Bo.
When the rumor came out that my husband had passed, I'm just like, bro, y'all on social media, boo with the baker. You know, I saw my children. Yes, my husband's alive. Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes, my husband's alive. Yes.
Oh my God.
But see a lot of comments of like, well, are you letting his family? Like, I do see.
Still hear you though.
Hail to the no. I don't know why it went to that one. Ugh. Why does it do that? It just rolls from one to another. Okay, nope. Anyways, yeah, what is all that? Go check out Not for Nothing. Yeah, that was from today's video they caught. Sneaky, sneaky. There's some sneaky shit going down over here. It's autoplay. Ugh, that's so annoying. It just plays the randomest things. I'm like, oh, what's that? All right, well, you could not read the last message. The last one said, Wynette. No, it said something Letitia, Wynette. It was Wynette, Letitia, and then it said something, thank you, Miss Molly, I think is what it said. You can go back on Not for Nothing and pause it. You guys go over there and give him a like and hit the button. Yeah, I agree. She is. Okay. Do you guys have any questions? Do you guys want to just hop in and watch that video? We can do that. We can do that if you want. If you want to. Thanks, Miss Molly. There's so much going on right now, y'all. Oh, Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Let me address you right quick, since you want some attention. And Tweedledee and Tweedledum are LB and her husband, Little Hands McGee. I called you a dimwit, and your point is, you're a dimwit. You're an embarrassment to veterans, and that's my opinion, because you sat here and chastised and criticized the way a Marine veteran, his wife, how she responded in a moment of horrifying trauma and shock. And you sat here and twisted it to somehow fit a narrative that your wife has been trying to grift on for months, that somehow she was responsible for this. And you expect me to only call you a dimwit? I mean, I could call you a lot more things besides dimwit, because you fit them all. But an embarrassment would be suffice. You're an absolute embarrassment. I stand on that. Don't like it, too bad. Elle says you accused her of saying it was for life insurance. For life insurance. I think I asked a question about the life insurance policy. I don't even. Oh my goodness. These people. Oh, Nanya, yeah. I think, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. I was like, wait, what? I did what this time again? What am I doing? I know, dimwit seems really nice. I mean, I'm sorry that he's insecure about his little fucking hands. That's not my fault. And I think it's really cringe that she's out there doing her makeup with Dre too. And then you expect me to give a shit that I called you a dimwit? That's one of the nicest things you'll probably ever get called in your life. You want to cry about it? Do you need a tissue? What do you want me to? I'm not taking it back. I think you're a fucking dimwit. Okay. Rebel Rose, LB and her husband have LB has been one of the misinformation cronies who has exploited this story off of misinformation for so long. And her husband, she brought in and played the body cam footage and the 911 call. And he sat there and co-signed and said a lot of stuff. So when I commentated, I included him in his commentary in it. And I guess I called him a dimwit, and he's really upset and his feelers are hurt about it. So I'm just making sure he knows that I still think he's a fucking dimwit and embarrassing as fuck. But, you know, I'm supposed to care. The dude's insecure about his hands. That's what he needs to worry about more than what I'm saying. I mean, what do you want me to say about it? Oh, Harry, you're going to make me do it. Okay. Sheila, I probably did. Have you guys, hey, usually my insults, I insulted Molly today on her cross-eyed, okay? But I apologized before I even did it. So I tell you guys when I'm going to get offensive. I always tell you guys, and usually I apologize beforehand that it's going to get petty because some of you guys can't accept me for being petty. You think I should just be nice. And I mean, I don't know why you think I'm nice in the first place, but that's funny. It's hysterical. Yes, Janine, she did. Absolutely, she did. Hey, Tux TV. Right, Queen Bee? I know. I'm like, you got to be worried about your little feet and your tiny little baby hands before you worry about me calling you a dimwit. If that hurts your feelers, like, oh my God, you're going to have a rough time through life. I don't know how the hell old you are at this point. But you're going to have a hard time if a fucking random chick on the internet calling you a dimwit hurts your feelings. Ooh. I bet if I sang you the song, eeny, weeny, teeny, weeny, shriveled little short hands. Don't want. What the fuck is that fucking thing? That has got to be the smallest I have ever seen in my whole life. Get the fuck out of here. Do you need some tweezers to put that thing away with? I don't even think your fingers are big enough to handle tweezers, to be honest. I mean, if we're going to be truthful right now, just going to say it like it is for a moment. All right. You know, never claimed to be all that nice. By the way, I love that song. Babe, huh? You want to show your hands just for good measure? You have your Christmas shirt on too.
I do.
Oh, look it from even a distance. Look how big his hands look. Elle, are you jealous? Are you jealous of the hands? Spirit fingers. Babe.
What?
Do spirit fingers. All right. Let's do this. Oh, it's one of those days. It's that thug life. These guys are so ridiculous. Oh, poor baby's worried about me calling him a dimwit. Oh, Lord. Bless his poor little soul.
Little.
All right, y'all. This falls under fair use content. This is going to be based on my opinion only on the content she put out here publicly. We're probably not going to get through all of it. We're probably going to skip through some of it. But buckle up because I've heard it's cringeworthy to say the most, to say the least, to say it all. It's very cringe from moment one. So I'm going to kind of play a little bit of tattletale, though, in the midst of this when she talks about things. I'll kind of put some players on the board or maybe some pieces of where you can find these facts that she tries to tell you that aren't truthful, which are. But we'll kind of try to go about it that way. He's a great sport. Yeah, he's a great sport. Dear Krabby, you haven't missed anything. I've just been bullshitting, talking shit. All right, Tweedledee and Tweedledum, ready to get your feelings hurt some more? Watch your buddy, because you're coming up next. And Kiki says hi, too. His ass is in the camera, or he's trying to.
Okay.
Oh, Lord, I'm tapping out already. She had to do a dramatic entrance. She had to have the screen off and come in screaming. I'm already out. Okay, tapping out. Here we go. Here we go. Yes, thank you for welcoming us to the hive. We can have a hive on the island, but can the hive not be by the herbalist tent? Because at the herbalist tent over here, I might slow down enough to not run from bees very well. And bees like to sting me. So we need to keep the hive away from the herbalist tent. That's my only request. Please and thank you. Okay, I don't like to get stung. Hey, Makeup Mobster. All right, we're off to a good start. I'm on a roll tonight.
Drop the link.
By the way, I gotta introduce the new product line here, the new Misinformation Cronies outfit of the year. It is called Spandex Unitard Suit that zips up all the way up to your neck. So you suck in all of the skin on your neck, and then you stretch your neck out all day long to make you look like you've lost 15 pounds. And then you highlight or use bronzer really heavily. That's the new look that we're going for in 2023, the extended neck with the unitard. Okay. All right, here we go. Oh, somebody just said it could be a singlet instead. No, you guys are trying to make me bleach my eyeballs. Somebody's messaged me that. What are you doing to us? If you know what a singlet is, it's the wrestling gear. I'm good with the zip up full one-piece suits. Okay, let's keep it to that. No wrestling singlets for Molly. Please don't give her any ideas.
Hey, it looks like Dre McCrae is live. What's going on?
So just so you know, as she's excessively typing and pattering over here, what she's doing is she's having her chat and her people that she tells to do stuff bother Flava in Flava's live, because Flava was live at this exact same time. And Molly came live because she was going to stream Dre. Well, at this moment, she realized that Dre had her blocked. So she couldn't just easily stream her. Well, Flava was already live. So she sends her people over to Flava's to get Flava's permission so Molly could stream Flava. So that's why she's excessively tapping here and going through. That's what happened. And by the way, I heard Flava addressed Molly streaming her tonight. I haven't heard it myself. I will wait to comment on that myself in a little bit after I hear what she said. But I heard her say that she isn't okay with that happening. And I don't know. So I have to go hear it myself. But I'm hopeful that she understands that Molly has done so much damage. And, you know, she has always, Flava has always said she supported Dre. Letting Molly, and again, you know, it's kind of the heat of the moment. I wouldn't be able to strike her if she started streaming me because I don't know how. But that's something to me that they should have, you know, could have done something about, in my opinion. Again, that's just my thoughts, but it is what it is.
I need someone to come up that can I'm gonna play it, yeah. I need someone to jump up that can show me it, because I'm blocked. Thank you, guys. Oh, she's saying the same thing she told the cops. Listen, we're not here to diss her. We're not here to diss her. I'm just hoping that she tells us what she plans to do with Marvin. And
I sent you the link. It's in it in the chat.
are you gonna
Thank you all for joining the membership. I see you guys. Sorry, I'm trying to just let this stream as fast as we can get through it. I am, in fact, as soon as she starts, I'm probably going to speed it up a little bit because we've already, if you want to see Dre's comments in this video from Dre, please go on over to Facebook and watch it on Dre's link. Give her the view. They have absolutely taken this woman's income and, you know, destroyed it by a lot of means. But if you haven't seen that video, so I'm concerned about what Molly has said and the lies that once again she told.
Kelly, are you going to show us what she's doing?
I sent you the link. It's in the your text. The link is in your text. She's live. That's the link.
I'm blocked.
Shit. How do I do it? How do I do it? Oh shit. Justin's watching it. I can text him for you. Want me to text him?
How can you?
it and I show it by action. So as soon as I see social media acting a fool, I was out. There ain't gonna be no.
You was. At the same number that.
No, yes, I will be.
There she is. That one Nick. Social media.
How do I get you in my Facebook?
There's no words. I need to take my time because I am getting help.
So she's over here pissing and moaning. Oh, you know, how dare she be blocked? So she's still trying to find a way to stream her. And she is over here huffing and puffing. So the voice in the background again is Flava. Flava was streaming Dre. Molly started streaming her.
This right now, found out. This right now.
I'm doing a number. And the pain, I feel a physical pain. And it's such a sharp pain right now. So it's like, I really need to take my time. So thank you for your patience and letting me say what I have to say. And it should have never been this way. My husband, I found him. And it was shocking. I was studying the Bible with my daughter. It was on a Monday, and we would study 7 o'clock in the mornings. That was our study. And Vaughn comes out of his room, and he was not well. But Vaughn hadn't been well for some time, and that's something that I didn't share and go into detail and continue to talk about publicly. My husband struggled with seizures for 2 years less than 2 years prior to the attempt and his subsequent brain injury. And before he would have seizures, he would go through a major personality change.
Right, and she has, they cloned him or something like that. Yeah, they did.
Carrie.
She does, she looks real good. She does.
Notice she's getting mad because Flava said that she looked good and so on. Just pay attention to that.
My husband is the most kind, gentle person I've ever met. And I know that it's so cliche, but I've never seen a man apologize. I've never seen a man treat a woman.
I don't know, Ray. I don't know what they was.
The way he taught me. It's not even in movies.
Can y'all hear it okay?
But for seizure, he was not himself. Very narcissistic, egotistical. He was scary. He terrified me because it was so not him. And that's what made me feel even more so like, am I in a twilight zone? Because it was so confusing why he would be the way he was. And after this time of I'm sorry, I seen a comment and I shouldn't have. I put the settings on to where there wouldn't be comments because I know that people wouldn't give me the safe place.
Cat got your tongue, Molly. Cat got your tongue. This is the best I've ever heard Molly ever in a video. This is the best video Molly has ever done. I have to say, so far it has been glorious because she has not talked at all. It's been wonderful. I mean, if you could mask out the face, it would be epic. Best video yet. Can you do them all like this where you just don't talk, don't say anything? That would be wonderful. Spot on. Spot on. All right. Let's see if she starts coming to life here and the cat lets go of her tongue.
But that's the whole reason why I'm live, because I need to tell you about what's been happening these last 8 months, but especially what's happening right now, because this is not a good update. And so no matter what you feel about me, please respect that y'all ran me off. Y'all ran with delusions of grandeur.
That's not delusions of grandeur.
Probably a day in my life.
She doesn't know what that means.
But people on social media love to talk. And
She doesn't know what she's talking about.
And I'm not the type.
Well, fuck, she's talking about you. Of course, you would identify with that and be like, well, that's not you. You don't have delusions of grandeur. That's me. I mean, of course you would feel that way, Molly. Duh.
Person to say, I don't like drama. I can't stand drama. I like drama. No. I say it and I show it my
Right.
Because as soon as I see social media, I was out.
Gotcha.
There's going to be no back and forth.
Yeah.
There is no,
Mm.
we're going at each other. There's going to be no drama. You are going to be, and it's not the same person. Many influencers,
Yeah.
creators have tried to tarnish my name.
Yeah.
And all sides.
We use what you gave us.
This is my income. This is what I've been doing for 5 years.
Yeah.
So allow me a safe.
We use what you gave us, Stray. No one came after your job. Not any of us. Not me. Not me. I never.
Just so you know, if you need the clip of Molly saying that we've gotten her almost 99% down. I mean, not me, but they have. Of course, I would never call paparazzi or whatever that jewelry company is. If you need that clip, we reviewed that video before. In fact, I think that might be one that's still on her page. That's still up. If you need that clip of them bragging about, destroying and harming her income. She's not only said it once, she's bragged about it multiple times. But just so you guys know.
Never went after your job. I use what you gave us. You don't even know what delusions of grandeur is. So yeah, if you're going to talk about a lawsuit, I hope you're fucking rich as fuck. It's going to take a lot of money, sweetheart. And if this girl was trying to allude to a lawsuit, which Flavor is over here, do you know how much money? She would be bankrupt. She would be bankrupt because my countersuit would be fucking fierce. Just mine alone. We'd all be countersuing.
Well, that escalated quickly. And once again, Molly's followers, you really lead her into a lot of messes and don't care about her enough to get her out of them. First and foremost, that title was in regards to a completely different video that Flava was doing when Dre came live and she started to stream it. That had nothing to do with you. That had something to do with the crybaby bitch over yonder that threatens them the same like you do to everybody. But it's interesting that you think, once again, that there was some sort of talk about lawsuits here, and there hasn't been, and or that you're the one. Why are you thinking it's all about you? She, in fact, said that there is many influencers. You feeling a little guilty? Do I smell a little guilt? Do I? Or is that your titties rubbing on the ground right now? Kind of starting to smell like burnt rubber around here.
Place to come back and don't judge other people for feeling how they feel, but respect them. If you feel some type of way about me, then this is not going to be a place for you to be. Now, I can't make you leave, but I don't accept that energy at all. And I don't know why you would want to do that to someone who is going through something so hard in their life. No matter what you feel about me, my husband still has a brain injury. My husband still needs care. I still need to provide for my husband, for my children. I've been the breadwinner for 5 years, not my husband. I have. With his help,
I don't know. That's gonna be up to Drake if she does something about the video.
Very successful business.
Who is she streaming? She's streaming me? Or who's streaming?
She's helped me so much. But the main responsibility has always lied on me. And I've been gone for 7 months without getting an income. And there's a lot of things that have been put out about me that are straight up.
Notice as soon as they do alert Flava that Molly is streaming her, Molly quickly takes her off the screen and smirks. Notice that little Molly shindig right there? Now, again, Flava was live already when this was going on. Molly did this. This is all Molly again. You notice how she continues to use, try to get people in one section, tries to maneuver pieces. You notice that? Mm-hmm. Good try, Molly. We see what you're doing.
Lies and things that are lies that want to make you feel some type of way.
Yeah, that's all we want to know. Why isn't her family allowed to visit?
Which makes no sense. When my husband did what he did, he had been in that trigger for 3 weeks already. He was not himself for a while.
Big mistake talking.
And things were not well. And it's hard because with being by his side all this time, you realize that if he's in a trigger state, he's either going to get better or he's going to have a seizure.
Wait a second.
Just waiting for time.
Wait a second, sweetie. Hold on 1 second. Wait a second. You said that he was in this triggered state. He didn't have a wallet. He wanted a sandwich. He wanted a pizza. He didn't have a computer. He wanted to stay at a hotel.
All events that took place and they talked about from 2019. All events that were not current events. Just so you know. And she must have just gotten her lips done or something because she's been smearing stuff on them continually over and over again. Or I don't know if this is the new tick with the mouth. I'm not really sure. It's a little distracting watching her rub her mouth with some sort of substance. I'm not really here for it. But I'm sorry. Again, not my fault. I'm just giving you what she gives us to work with, okay? I can't make it more visually appealing.
You put him there, not me. Not all these creators. We haven't been talking about your husband. We haven't been talking about you lately. Why are you coming out now? Absolutely.
You haven't been talking about her or husband except for every day of the freaking month for the last 5 months. You've talked about her. You guys didn't just play the 911 call and the body camera, you know? Why did you purge 3 million views, Molly? And why are you all of a sudden conveniently putting those videos back up and changing their thumbnails on some of them? Why are you trying to paint a narrative? What you doing here? Why are you putting those videos back up? Taking them down, putting them up, changing thumbnails on things, changing titles around, releasing certain ones. The games aren't really working for you. And if you don't believe what I'm saying, go check it out. We went over what videos she had just purged the other day and compared them. You can go look at her timeline now and see the difference. It's quite telling.
Absolutely, Carol. She doesn't even know what delusions of grandeur are. Did you hear her say that? Do you know what delusions of grandeur are? Delusions of grandeur are like when somebody thinks that like they're like the queen of something, that they're delusional and they think that they're the queen, that they live this big luxurious life, that they're like something they're totally fucking not.
So if you open the dictionary and look up delusions of grandeur, first and foremost, you're going to see a picture of this twit right here named Molly, aka Marissa. That is the prime example. That is, in fact, what Webster's dictionary shows you. Again, this is joke for entertainment only. This is not, this is for educational purposes and entertainment. That's it. That's all. I'm not being serious right now. Normally, I'm very factual based. Okay, this is funny. Haha. That bitch's face is right there. She is the definition. It says, refer to Molly Golightly. That is all you need to know. That's it. That's all. Okay. Moving on.
Like it's like they don't have the things that they think that they have. She's not of sound in mind. Oh my God, this girl's crazy. Look at her. She still looks fucked up. What is this? I thought people said that she was looking better.
All right. Again, I got to do it. Okay. We saw Dre, right? She was looking pretty normal, but you have this one over here going, what's wrong with her? Why is she doing this? She looks fucked up. What's wrong with her? Hey, Joe's over there. What in the hell are you're talking about? Somebody looking fucked up, Molly? Extend a neck. Go gadget fucking neck. Whatever the hell you're trying to do. Honey boo boo. Look in the mirror.
What is this? I thought people said she looked better. That she was dating. Wow. No. Oh, the only reason I'm streaming Flavor is because she's the only person I knew that had this audio. Sorry for this Wanda person who says that I'm invested in Flavor. No, sorry Flavor, but you're the only one I know that's streaming this. Sorry. Why is she saying lawsuits? This girl can't sue anybody. Come on, Flavor. She got the money.
Then he took drastic measures. So me, I stayed off of social media. For the first week, I was completely off. Then I needed support from Slay Mafia, my subscribers, people that subscribe to this Facebook page. We have such a good bond, and I needed that help for me because I was going through a lot. Then after 2 weeks.
That's it. That's it. I need somebody to donate to Molly for eye surgery. I'm about to be tapped out with this eye shit today. I can't help it. It's making me seem very rude and very petty, but the eyeballs need to stop. Okay. They're rolling around aimlessly at this point in her head. They need to stop. Before they were trying to cross paths. Now they don't even have a fucking path anymore. And they're just rolling in her fucking head. All right. The lady's tapped out. I need the subs to donate to vision surgery for her so her eyeballs stay in one spot because I can't tell which one I'm supposed to be looking at. Okay? Sorry, I gotta go.
My husband was given a feeding formula that interacted with his body in a very bad way. My husband was at the VA hospital, and around day 3, it was pull the plug type energy, and it lasted throughout the duration of his visit. And during a certain time, he was given feeding formula that I could clearly see his body is interacting in a very bad way. We've been vegans for a while. We've been alkaline vegan for like a year, but, well, more than that now. But at that time, like 3 years, he hadn't had any meat. All they have is animal products. Like when I say my husband had a negative reaction, I'm talking about before he could be off of the ventilator for 8 hours. And then when he had the increase in the feeding formula, he couldn't last 5 minutes. He couldn't, his heart rate, he couldn't function. What the doctor said is that he's going to be on a ventilator for the rest of his life, never going to be able to recover. This is his state from here on out. That's what I was told. Day 3. Day 1 and 2 was really bad, detrimental. It was awful.
Dear Krabby, we're not really being serious about her eyes. She was doing some weird eye cross shit on purpose earlier. It's a joke. I apologized for it earlier, and it's still, we're not making fun of anybody with any actual eye conditions. It's Molly, because Molly is getting called out on her shit, and every time she has this over-exaggerated shit that goes on with her lips and her eyes and everything. Nobody's taking offense to it. Everybody's good, okay? Chill out, people.
But I never.
I don't care about her screaming because she wants the word
I
out.
said so many prayers, asking for God to intervene and save my husband's life. And I thought he was gone. When he was on the gurney coming from the backyard, I was so shocked. Because I thought, I mean, I performed CPR. I don't even know how long, but his body. When I seen that his heart was pumping, that was all that I needed to know and believe that he's going to get better.
I believe nothing.
In time, he will recover. And so then leaving the VA hospital with all those issues, I feel like there's so many things that I'm going to be talking about the next few days. So I'm giving you update kind of like a need to know kind of basis right now, but there's a whole lot of stuff I want to talk about, and I'm going to fill in a whole lot of gaps and clear a whole lot of things up. But right now, I'm just going to talk about what's important to the story right now. So Vaughn leaves the hospital, and in 4 days, they take him off the ventilator and never put him back on. And it was amazing. And I was posting that on social media, and I'm like, oh my God, like, bro, he's off the ventilator. I remember the post, he's off the ventilator for 31 hours. Oh my gosh. Like it was amazing. And then in time, my husband did exactly what I said he would do, is heal. And throughout it, I've been by his side every single day.
Can you guys visibly see the steam rolling out of her ears right now from the smoke burning? She is livid. You can feel it through the screen. That is how irate she is, because she knows, and you can hear her tapping that phone. She knows that all of this is coming crumbling down, and there is nothing she can do about it. They thought as long as they could keep Dre silenced, that the truth would never come out. Well, that just came back to haunt them.
When people were trying to clip videos of mine and put together a false narrative, and the internet was going crazy, when Marvon's, my husband's biological mother, really contributed to the harassment I received, it was the beer.
No, she didn't.
Whenever she posted the police report of what happened, she did it without redacting my address and my phone number. And immediately, immediately back to back, harassment.
Okay, just because Molly said this, I'm going to show you guys again. These are posted on Facebook. You'll see the Justice for Vaughn Facebook page, Letitia Bias, trigger warning, her statement, and then the police report. Initially, it was not redacted. It's got Letitia's information as the requester in the upper screen. She is also going to talk about that Letitia put out Vaughn's location, which Molly also is going to deny. Well, here you go. There's again, Justice for Vaughn, Letitia Bias from July 4th. Hello, I really need you all help support. I need anyone in or near Tucson to contact me. If you look, she put the location and then she put 5 miles away, so on and so forth. So there's that, and Molly will continue to lie about it. Again, if you have more questions, you want these things to post yourself, they're all on Facebook. It's all out there. I can timeline you and tell you where to go.
DEATH threats.
No one did.
I should have been the one that did it to myself. And
She says she did. No one harassed her. No one gave her a death threat. That's what she said. Remember the cops were here?
So not only did Dre get threats, her sister was getting messages. Other people were getting messages. People in the vicinity were following them around. Again, this can all be proven if you haven't seen it for yourself. There's videos detailing this of them bragging about having videos of her followed around her house. They were outside, her mom's taking pictures. There was all of this happening at the same time. And that was really happening. There's screenshots of the messages to her sister specifically. There's all sorts of stuff that you can see on Facebook. Freedom Believer, she has not come live yet. No.
people, there was a Facebook group, I think it grew like 80,000 people in like 4 days. These groups, these people that were trying to make people hate me, literally.
All right. Sorry, I am going to pause a lot because I feel like I can add a lot of detail to this and tell you guys where to find these things. So the first group that was made, we've talked about this before, was the Exposing Dre McCrae group. So initially, they made Exposing Dre McCrae. This wasn't about Justice for Vaughn to begin with. It was about exposing Dre. Then they needed another group, a public group and a private group. So then Justice for Vaughn was formed. So they kept one public and one private to kind of try to keep a little bit of the confusion out. Then the group did explode to 80 some, I can't remember what the final numbers were in the groups, to be honest, because there were so many back and forth and it was a mess at the very end. But some of the very first members, and I can also prove this, there's screenshots of it on Facebook, were Letitia Bias and family members of Marvan's. They were some of the very first members as soon as this group was formed. They were a part of the reason why the group was formed. And again, this can be provided. You do not need to take my word for any of this. This is all factual that you can find on Facebook. These posts are out there. They're also in videos.
Like they were posting videos from like 3 years ago to get people to have a negative, hateful feeling towards me. When all that was happening and when these groups were growing and then all of these creators are getting on,
I wasn't in a...
Very scared. Very scared. The main...
That's also a lie too. If you want to see that, Marissa was very active in those groups, posting, self-promoting herself. She actually got into a few arguments in there with people calling her out. It was actually those groups that reached out and contacted Molly and got Molly's involvement in this group. The groups formed before Molly, but Molly was an active member of the groups. And Molly claims that that's how she became the voice of this story, so on and so forth, was because of the groups contacting her to speak up. Now, again, the people who formed these groups are not in relation to Marvan whatsoever. The initial people who formed the Facebook groups against Dre were combined of people that just had vendettas with her, had past history with her, or had some sort of connection to girls like that met on the Reddit thread. Just as a backstory. And we did detail all of that and that falling apart and how one of those girls who initially started the groups ended up being one of the main reasons why this story got huge holes blown in it and the truth actually ended up coming out.
Facebook page that started all of this, they made a post saying that they're flying here to come protest out of my parents' house. because I was not allowing Vaughn's mother at that time to see him.
Not me.
And I had to get, whenever they made that post, I'm really glad that they gave a heads up, because I was on a Zoom meeting with my friends, and they were like, Dre, I'm very sorry to tell you this, but I think you should get in your RV and leave right now. People are on the way to your mom's house.
Did that happen?
And immediately my mom pulls up her RV right next to mine. And I have to tell my children, who are already dealing with the fact that their dad is in the hospital. This is not our city. Tucson is not where we're from. We're in an RV. Like, everything is so new. Our life has completely turned upside down. And now we're having to run for our safety because people want to come and stalk me.
That's not what happened.
I had something to do with this.
Actually, she's well aware that that is exactly what happened. There was pictures taken outside her mom's house of the RV. There was people following them. Yes, that was all detailed. Again, that happened on Facebook.
So
It's not what happened.
And I went to an RV park.
Again, you also don't have to take my word for this. You can follow the police report. You can pull up and get the police report yourself, and it details this and the calls made and what was happening to this family throughout this. You can follow it based off of the facts, not on anybody else's opinions. You can follow it based on the facts, and that's what people should be doing, is basing their opinions on the facts. And the facts are, yes, that did happen.
And sometime around that time, that's when I went 3 days without visiting my husband because I was worried for my safety. At that time, I was working with a private investigator, and she checked up on me. And
I know.
I told her, I've never left his side ever, not once. I've been by my husband's side every single day. But
Really?
I worry because people, Margon's mother posted the location of his hospital.
She never did.
It was in Tucson,
Never did.
you know, like, why did
Just so we can have a side-by-side moment. Never did, really, Molly? Want to say that louder for the people in the back? Never did, huh, Molly? Never did. Never did, huh, Molly? I mean, I'm just saying. You don't want to keep fighting with the facts, Molly. You need to shift it. You're digging yourself a bigger hole here than is necessary. You probably should stop and realize that you're up against the facts and posts and people who documented everything and can timeline this to a fucking T of all the bullshit you guys have done. And it's not just me. You forget there's 2 other Tessas. I'm just joking. I got to give those poor Tessas, though. All you Tessas over here on the island. I know you guys have heard this so many times. You guys are like, okay, Becky, you sound like a broken record again.
did you do that?
She never did.
To your son, that's his location. Why
She
can't
never
you do
did.
that?
She never did.
And there's people that
She never. She's a liar. She's a fucking liar. She's a fucking liar.
And saying that, you know, acting like he's gonna go to the bathroom on.
Liar.
Vaughn still has his phone. I logged into Vaughn's Facebook. They even
The fuck?
I literally just tried to find him a question recently because he was on the top of my husband's friend request.
This fucking liar.
People tried to get involved in cloud. That's how desperate people were to act like they really cared about Vaughn. They absolutely showed no love to him. If anybody ever cared about Vaughn, you would know how much he loves and adores and how much his family is his whole entire world. And me, our relationship, it's hard to describe.
Hold on. I got to see this bitch's fucking face.
It's so obvious when we see videos of me and Vaughn. Look at the way he looks at me.
Oh, shut up.
Why wouldn't you do everything that you can to save your husband's life with a man as special as him?
Oh, shut
And
up.
yet I'm judged for wanting them to continue to help him and keep fighting.
She's such a liar.
I'm looked at bad. Like I should have just let him go since this is what he wanted. Are you kidding me?
Really?
How can you even form your thoughts to think that? But even more so,
I just have to take into account right here. Look at this lineup for those of you guys that get what I'm getting at here. But look at this. Look at how this lines up. Me over here, Molly right here, Flava, Dre. Look at this. Look at this. The irony in all of this is too much to make my head even. And I'm not even going to mess with your guys' brains and try to put in the Vada piece tonight, because Vada has been very active in everybody's inboxes trying to get this narrative set up against Dre. And that's why she ended up with Molly. And she's been trying to paint this whole story and involving Flava. Like, it's insanity. The moving pieces that all happened right before here, that were unfolding right before this moment. Like, I can't wrap my head around. Ashley! I miss you, Ashley, by the way. I barely get to see you when you do pop in here, but I just saw you and I miss you so much.
Express that.
You liar. Liar.
For someone else's life, something that's so precious. Life is a
His mom did go see now.
So
I
She
saw
did.
the video.
She's right.
It's crazy. But for 3 days, I didn't go to see Vaughn because I was worried of my safety.
Oh,
And
please.
then she told me, you gotta go there. Even if you pull up in your vehicle and you ask them to have security escort
Oh,
you to the
please.
side, then do that. So what I would do is I would park a mile away from the hospital and I would take a taxi to go visit my husband every day. Those 3 days that I didn't see him, he declined so much.
What?
Mm.
What?
See, Vaughn at that time, he had already been opening his eyes. And it was a little bit. Vaughn's eyes, one eyeball would be like looking straight, and the other eye would be like his eyes were around and they were very
Don't change the
one eye
subject.
was open, barely.
Wait,
Not just a-
she's changing the subject.
But it took 2 months for his eyes to fully open. Vaughn's eyes are fully open, like all the way.
What is she?
The way he looks at me, still with hearts in his eyes.
No, no, no.
But I'll get there in a minute.
Okay, get back to what you were saying.
Vaughn's eyes shut all the way. After those 3 days, his eyes weren't open no more. His heart rate was normally in the 70s, low 80s. He was.
Oh my God, this girl.
130s, I think, the first day that I got back. He was 130. And he
I'm
has
sorry,
been
Steve-O.
a lot.
I'm sorry.
And as soon as I seen him, I knew that as scary as I felt. for
It's
myself,
all about her. It really
I had
is.
so much.
That brings me to my next point. Ashley, it's so good to see you. I've known you for years. It's so good to see some of the people that I just adore so much. Anyways, but this right here, Molly, I need to have a little conversation with you. Can you sit down? I mean, your ass is always sitting down. Never mind. Could you stand up for once? Maybe you need some blood flow to get this working to your brain here. But I think you need to be reminded that this story was supposedly, it started as justice for Vaughn. Somehow that story has eventually came to this. Molly thinks everything's about Molly. Well, yeah, Molly, it's about you in the concept of where's the fucking money, Molly? You want to start answering some questions and getting real with some receipts? Where's the money, Molly? But the story has never been about you. The story has been about Marvon. The story has been about the truth of what you guys have done to this family. And not only this family, but now there's a history of many families that you've done this to time and time again. That's why you're involved in this story. You're a piece of this story. You're a character. You are not the story. You will never be the story, except the one that had the greatest fault, because you and your dumb mouth can't realize when you're caught and the gig's up. You should have stopped months ago. But the need for greed and these Tom Ford purses and the lifestyle that you want to flaunt around is so great that you threw all reason to the wind and have continued to try and exploit this family for everything they're worth, on top of multiple families for the years in the past. The gig's up, Molly. What are you going to do now? Where are you going to go? Because I can guarantee there's 388 people in here, and at least 88 of those people will make sure that every family knows that you guys exploit every tragedy potential and to stay away. It won't happen again. Your cash cows, like you like to call them, have dried up. The milk's all gone. Time to find some other way to milk your udders. That ran dry. You're done exploiting victims and their tragedies. You successfully tried to take and destroy this family. Successfully tried to destroy her based on your own insecurities and need for attention. This story isn't about you, Molly. Again, you're a character in this story. That's the disgrace. You ain't the princess and the hero. You don't get no gold star.
More scared of
Me.
that I love with all my heart.
Yeah.
So from that time
Can we get
on,
back to him?
for weeks, I would park a mile away and take a taxi to the hospital to go see my husband.
Taxi, huh? Who takes
And
taxis these
In
days?
a few days, his heart rate started to decline. And his
She's
eyes
such
started
a
to-
fucking liar.
And after that, I vowed I'm never, ever leaving his side again.
Yeah, sure. What?
And the
Are you with him
reason
now?
that I have left his side was because I had to make sure that my girls were protected.
Yeah, sure you did.
And I had to go to court out of town. And I didn't make it back in time. I
Yes,
made it
please don't speak.
like the next day, early.
My brother created to get stuff, you guys.
And you know what happened? The very next day is the caregiver that took care of him. He told me that he didn't sleep all night. That whole night, didn't sleep. Every 2 hours, he checks on him because Vaughn needs to be turned. The whole night, nope. He goes, passes by the room all the time. Nope, Vaughn never slept, not even a 20-minute nap. And it took days after that for him to be calm again. That's the type of bond that me and my husband have.
I also just got to point out the irony right now. Again, it is what it is. I know we're YouTube. I know they're content creators. I shouldn't expect any different. But I know you notice how Molly, like you have to select to get these things to scroll. Okay. Like you have to intentionally put that banner up and get that banner on each video. It doesn't just pop up automatically. You have to click the Cash App, whatever preloaded scroller you have. Molly selected, oh shit, you can't see it because mine's there. Hold on. Molly selected to scroll her PayPal and Cash App, her tip information, knowing what she was going into. She knew she was going to be streaming Dre. She selected to put that banner up. It doesn't just automatically come. She does that every time. But I just want to remind you here that she's going to start bitching about Dre mentioning her job being affected by what has happened. And I want you to remember that they're talking about Dre getting a real job. Meanwhile, Molly is scrolling her tip information across the bottom. Okay? I just got to point out some of these little things here that people miss the irony in. And these are the big pieces that you can take your emotions and your feelings about people and individually and throw them to the wayside. Let's just talk about the facts and how pathetic that is. Okay? She knew she was coming on to restream this situation and talk shit because she knows she's going to get called out, but she is going to damn sure milk it for all it's worth.
The fuck are you talking about?
My husband, because he's back in the hospital. And it's not because his health is declining, it's because he was abused. There was foul play and negligence.
What?
And it seems like my voice is not loud enough. And I know what y'all to me, crucify me over things that aren't even true. So I hope that this creates a ripple so that my husband can continue to fight.
Excuse me?
Because right now, he's fighting for his life in the hospital.
What the fuck did you say?
When my husband first did this, and I'm going through this adjustment period, I felt good. I felt strong because I knew, and I prayed to God that he would make me, don't give me false hope, save my husband's life. But if that is not what his body is showing, if that's not the direction he's going, don't let me have false hope. And there would always be signs after signs that would show me he's going to pull through and make it. After, you already seen the videos that I would do. I would put my hands on my husband's face and he would turn it. Still does that. And then crying. He would cry a lot. Whenever he would show pain, he started to cry. He bats his eyelashes at me. He still does. He did it before I left the hospital. He batted his eyelashes at me. But he's not good in there for good reasons. My husband, after he left the care facility, I'm just going to say it because it was already put out there. He was at, well, I don't want to say it. After my husband hospital, he went to a long.
What the fuck is she talking about?
And can the class say it with me? Trigger warning. I do cuss like a sailor, so get ready. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Class, say it with me. Shut the fuck up, Spanky. We haven't said it yet today. I don't think I think I missed it in the last video, actually, and it was even a Spanky video. I don't even have any interest in what this piece of shit's going to be enlightening us on. I have no use for him. If you don't understand how vile Justin is and how much his hands have played just as much a role in this as Molly's, well, you're looking at the two that have played huge roles, and little Miss Tweedledee and Tweedledum over there with the little hands and the small ego, I mean penis. They have played a role too. Well, the one has, the other one's just now giving commentary, but it's a rough life for them. We got to give it to them. They're kind of going through a lot right now. Molly looks like her hair's falling out and she's stressed beyond the max. Justin can't even turn he must not have his makeup on. His bronzer must be broken or something. I don't know. Okay, ready? Here we go. This is only going to get worse, and my math is only going to get worse.
Herself, in my opinion.
I know, but she keeps jumping from. I lost her 7 times. I lost her several times. What is she talking about?
Just keep playing it. Just keep
All
playing.
right. Okay.
Long-term care facility.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, the VA was only gonna pay for 30 days of him being
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
But they could ask for an extension for 60 days.
Mm-hmm.
So after that though, they're not paying for his care. And that's not a place that he really stays long term. They said he's already improved so much that he wouldn't even qualify for
Why is it double playing? It's
And
echoing.
before I even get there, when my husband left the VA hospital, they didn't even want him anymore. I didn't ask them to move my husband from the VA hospital. I never did. They told me from the get-go, like, he's gonna have to go somewhere. If you want him to continue.
You notice how they didn't pause that? She didn't pause that and highlight that moment right there. The moment where they said, where Dre said, I've never had control over him being moved. You know, all of the moves they tried to tell you, like every other day, when they tried to grift off this, they were telling you he was being moved. Well, ironically, that was not the case. And we kind of detailed that throughout as we unfolded that and realized that he hadn't been moved, because here all along, all of us kind of were like, well, what the hell's, we had no idea. Well, now that the truth is coming out, they sure don't want to highlight those moments, you know, kind of crazy. Cheryl, she's a life coach extraordinaire. That's a real job, isn't it? I mean, you can get a certificate off Google too.
Whenever he left. And I'm gonna talk about that visit that Vaughn had at the VA hospital with family members. I'll get to that and I'll get so stay for that. Whenever he left, he went to a new facility and he never left that facility. Whenever Vaughn moved, it was because the staff at the VA had sent him there. When my husband went to the step-down hospital, whenever he moved rooms. He didn't move buildings. From the moment I got there, I let them know, hi, my name is Andrea McCrae. This is my husband. I'm a social media influencer. This is my platform.
And that was the moment where she starts to hold her head saying, oh, shit. Oh, shit. All the blood rushed to her head. And she was like, there's no way I can spin this one out of there, because there's text also verifying what she's saying about him being moved and that it's not anybody else's fault. Oh, shit. The bed. How are we going to spin that? Oh, wait. They've been saying that for a long time now. Dre's just verifying it. Oh, shit. But we tried to tell him that he was moved every other week to, you know, make them feel bad and continue to make Letitia the victim. Oh, shit. I bet her head really does hurt at this moment in time, though. Kat got her tongue, too.
Platform. This is what happened to my husband. This is what people believe. I need your help in keeping him safe. And the CEO didn't play no games. She was like, we're going to move him to a different room. At first, he was in the room right next to the door. She didn't play that. Like, no, anybody can come here. There were people talking about they're going to put on scrubs and walk in the hospital. The whole hospital had to shut down. That hospital had to shut down. Do you understand that? That's how big the negative attention of what happened and the lies created, that's what it caused. It caused a direct
Shut down, not fudge.
and not just my husband's care, but the other people in the facility. People were nervous going to work. It was sad.
Sorry, I got to pause for a moment. Thank you, Freedom Believer. Thank you so much. Thank you for the gifted memberships. Freedom Believer just gifted 10 memberships, so 10 more of you are stuck here on the island with us. Welcome to the island. It's part of the shit show. Anyways, you'll notice that Justin just kind of uttered under his breath a little bit and said, shut down my ass. Well, hold on.
The other people in the
Wait,
hospital,
wait,
their care was
wait. So the Hershey, wait. So wait, is she confirming that the Hershey, Pennsylvania, she's taking the words out of the Hershey, Pennsylvania cop that stood here and said that the whole hospital shut down. But wait. The VA hospital was way before she called the cops on me. Remember?
I mean, I don't know if the hospital shuts down for.
But that's what the
Anyway.
cops said. She's using the cops' words. Do you guys remember when she called the cops? Because remember when I said, can somebody drive past that neighborhood where the mother lives and see if they see a camper?
Well, there she confirmed that for you too. She just said, remember when I said, hey, can you go? But I never suggested anybody do anything like that. Never. I would never do that. But I just admitted to it again and again and again. I brag about it on the daily because I'm actually proud of it. But then I continue to say I'm not, but I really am. Anyways, yeah. Remember, right, Molly? Remember when the police department came to your doorstep and you told everybody that there were 6,700 calls to CPS? Yeah, you remember that? You remember when Hershey PD came to your house because there was people that were making very egregious statements about going to the hospital and protesting and all of those things, and you were bragging about the hospital shutting down? Remember that? You guys tried to twist it as a way that Letitia wasn't able to see her son. But you also tried telling people it was the hospital shut down because somebody put something in his IV. Remember that story? I mean, Marvon Sr. even repeated that part of it on one of his first interviews. Do you remember all that? Anybody with me? Because I'm not just pulling this shit out of my ass. I can timestamp you. This happened. Marvon Sr.'s, one of his first interviews, said that they shut down the hospital because she was trying to stick something in his tubes, IV, whatever he claimed it. Excuse me, I'm not saying verbatim, but that's exactly what happened. She's not confirming what Molly said. She's confirming the facts. Crazy how they like to try and twist this one around. I'm telling you, they're not. This does not work in any way, shape, or form for them. None of these twists and turns are going to work, y'all. And I can say that confidently. And the reason I say that is because we've got their own words claiming, bragging about these things. Dre's people, if you haven't seen anything of Dre's people, you should understand that they support her fiercely. And if you think one thing went unnoticed by that group of people who love and care about this woman, you're crazy. She came back and had 20,000 viewers. She is loved beyond measure. And those people didn't miss a beat either. We weren't the only ones that caught it all. We were just the ones to come and lay it out here publicly. They caught way more than we ever had a clue that was going on. And Dre lived through it.
That's all I said. I never gave out an address. He came right there. My house has one of those echoes. So you guys remember. You remember. She's taking the words out of the Hershey pussy. He said, nobody can get in there. He said, the whole place is shut down. And he said, and they're bringing in, what do you call it? That they shouldn't even bring in. What did he say? What did he say? Like he didn't specifically say FBI. He said that they're bringing in, what do they call them? Bureaus or what did he say?
It's paid security is all it is.
Funny, because when she first told the story, she was bragging about the FBI. She actually said that numerous times, that the FBI, blah, 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 blah. Remember that? Yeah, y'all remember that too.
What do they call them?
I don't know.
What was the word that he used? He said they're bringing in bureaus or something like that. Not National Guard. He said something else. They're bringing in, not boroughs, departments, something like that. Yeah, maybe departments or something like that they shouldn't even be bringing in. Because she was saying, he didn't say security guard. If somebody comes up with the word, then I'll be able to verify it. But that's what she's saying. She made it very dramatic. Service members, no, that's not what he said. Someone would have to go back to that video. But no one, another thing that I want to call her out on is she said that Letitia Bias put out the address
where, not marshals, other departments. That's what he said. Agencies. Boom. Thank you. That's what he said. Other agencies. That specifically is what he said.
By the way, for those of you that were asking the other day if the original admins of the Justice for Vaughn and Exposing Dre McCrae groups were still around, well, there's your confirmation. The one comment that she just pinned on the screen was one of the original creators of the Exposing Dre McCrae and Justice for Vaughn groups, one of the very ones who bragged about CPS joining the Facebook groups, one of the very ones who reached out to Molly, and Molly bragged about her getting in touch. If you're asking if she's still around, there's your answer.
Said they're bringing in other agencies that shouldn't even be brought in. She lied about that. That's what she said. She's saying that we pose death threats on her. She said just a couple of minutes ago, she said that Letitia put out the address of where Marvon was at. No, she did not. She never did.
I've never heard anyone this entire time
ever. The only people that knew where Marvon was at was me and Justin. And the reason why.
All right, I'm going to let this play for another minute, but then I'm going to pause it and send you or show you guys another video. So not only did she post it in the groups that this was where his location was basically, she also placed a call to this facility. She recorded said call. And then as soon as that big YouTubers such as Katie Joy and Molly picked up the case, she released this phone call to the YouTubers for them to release publicly. Again, you can detail this in their own messages, how this all went down, how the call got sent. Katie Joy released it initially on her page. In this call, they record and released his location once again. And come to find out, there's a whole lot of weird shit about that call too. She, chances are, might have already been there and seen him. There's a lot of weird shit around the time frame of that supposed call that I still can't wrap my head around yet. I'm still trying to make it all make sense, but I will find that.
It's because the video of where he's at, if you take the video and you scroll up, you see the hospital of where it was taken. And I said, oh shit. And it was only until this week that I told Wynette where it was at. This past week. And then I said, Justin, it's.
Oh, that was faster than I expected it to be. Oh, look at my lovely hair. Okay. Again, I'm just going to show you my screen for a moment and have you understand what you're looking at here this way, because you're basically going to get audio. Actually, I'm not even going to, well, here. So this is the video. It was from Katie Joy's page. You'll see she released this. Okay, now here's the audio. It cuts just a second. Hey, Rabbit.
Select Medical, it's Brian. How can I help you?
Hey, Brian, how you doing? My name is Letitia Bias, and I was wondering, do you have my son at your hospital? His name is Marvon McCrae.
What was the last name?
McCrae, MCCRAY.
And what relation are you?
I'm his mother.
Unfortunately, we're not allowed to give out any information on him.
At all, even because I came to Tucson to see him.
At all. You got to talk to his wife.
Okay. And there's no way, like, anyone else I can maybe speak to?
Nope, she is the only one that we're allowed to give information to.
Even with me visiting him?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, so there you heard for yourself that Letitia, again, made a phone call to the facility, which was eventually released publicly. And in the very front of that video, it says the name of the location. So not only did they put it in post, but they put it in audio too. Again, this was released publicly. You can go track it down yourself if you want to. I'm not making this shit up. This is all just facts.
If you scroll up at the top of the video, pull it down, you'll have the name. And then you have to do is look up the address. It was this week. Exactly, Jeanette.
Keep playing.
She's a liar. Why does she keep going after? Why does she keep going after Letitia? She is someone that goes after the victim's family. And now she's saying that people are friend requesting Marvin? Who are these people?
She was talking about someone on Facebook about that.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Get out of here. Wow. Dude, pretty insecure, aren't you? Guy's in a fucking coma, and here you are, insecure about people Facebooking him? Jesus Christ.
Because of what was happening online. People were nervous, the people that worked there, because they seen what was happening online.
Don't speak for them.
Makeup Mobster, Dre said she's going to release a bunch of information and messages. So it'll be interesting to see the entire narrative that's painted in the messages, but you can see the other side of it. They have been released between, parts of them between Letitia and the admins. And she actually talks about in those messages that she knew that Molly was dragging this out and dragging this out for money, basically. They talked about this. She actually talked about needing the police report to be released intentionally at the time. The whole thing it's disgusting to look at all the messages that she was telling these people that were advocating on behalf of her, the admins of those groups, of what they needed to do and how they kind of needed to lay it out. Pure emotional manipulation. But that started with Letitia, not just with Molly. This was the perfect storm of worst situation of all the people that have horrible intent lining up. Honestly, it's just crazy.
And that's how people show their love. That's justice for Vaughn. That's justice for Vaughn. Telling other people his location. That's justice for him.
What's justice?
No one sent anything.
Is justice betting him having seizures after seizures after seizures on video?
I know. With my history, I've been married 8 years.
We know your history. We watched it.
My husband.
You put it out there.
This platform that I've had on social media, I know what he wouldn't want me to share and what he would.
There was another statement made today about something about it was never something about the Justice for Vaughn Fund. I've showed this 1,000,001 times. Again, Exposing Dre McCrae group. You can see it's from Letitia Bias. It says right in the beginning, I'm not going to read the whole thing. It says, it's been a very long day, and I want to thank every who contributed to the Justice for Vaughn, #Justice for Vaughn Fund. You are able to see the GoFundMe amount, and this is the Cash App amount so far. We have been contacting lawyers from Savannah, Georgia, Phoenix, Arizona, trying to get someone to take this case, and it's pretty hard right now. It seemed to be 2 reasons for needing a lawyer. 1, visitation rates for my family. 2, justice for Marvin. Both categories are very expensive. I can fight for one or the other. Number 1, even though I want to see my son badly, I also want justice for my son also. The cheapest lawyer we found who is willing to take the visitation case is $4,000. No, there's no pro bono. There's no legal aid. This is a real fight. So please don't get on here with that. If you have a better option, then by all means, let me know. Number 2, charges cannot be brought against her unless my son is blank. You get the picture. This woman meant what she said about me never visiting my son, and she is doing everything in her power. I spoke with the higher ups, meaning the ethics committee. Not a chance without a judge signing off to override what she has in place. Okay? I want you to remember that's in the very beginning. That is what the intent was of this fundraising. Trying to lay some of the facts out here for those of you guys that might have missed some of these pieces. I'm sorry it's redundant for some of you.
Things that were shared.
She shared everything. Everything.
So stay tuned for that. But my husband knows that I need to take care of my children.
He wanted his wallet.
When this happened, I dropped my phone and left. As soon as this happened, and I was done talking to the police, I went in, got my stuff, and went to the hospital. I called my mom, and I said, Mom, or I texted her, I believe. He said, I need you to get here right now, right now. She asked me why, and I told her. So I go to the hospital. She's on her way. Mom gets here. My mom's amazing. She really is. I don't know anyone else like her. I wouldn't have been able to get through these last few months without my mom. And she has my full support. And my mom wants a chance to speak to y'all also. So within the next few days, you guys, she wants to do a pre-recorded video.
Yeah, they're going to be fundraising. They're going to tell you that they're trying to go after the creators. No, they're not.
My dad, dude, he's from Michoacan, Uruapan. He's from deep South Mexico. He came here, had a green card.
They're never, ever going to spend money on a fucking lawyer. Ever.
After 26 years, then he gets out. He works at the VA.
Well, that was the intent all along, wasn't it, Molly? For Letitia and them, they were never going to spend money on a lawyer ever, were they? You knew that. You knew there was no attorney. You knew Dre didn't have an attorney. By the way, has anybody heard any mention of fundraising, any type of that yet? Because I have not heard any of that mention yet. But then again, Molly's trying to paint her way out of this corner she backed herself into.
And now he has another government position. And it was so sad that with the negativity that was spread, people wanted to come and drive by my parents' house because they knew that's where I was staying.
She wants money.
Outside my parents' house.
She wants money to live on. She's going to say it's for a lawyer.
Is an elderly woman
to go after all the creators. She's not going after anybody. She has no case. She knows it.
She can't handle that. There's elderly people on the street. Do you know how bad it made me and my family feel thinking that these poor people got to go through this? I felt horrible thinking like that. Damn, I'm sorry you served your country, and I'm sorry you're still serving your country.
Yes, and Vaughn served his country and couldn't afford a sandwich.
So when that Facebook page made a post saying that they're coming to come stop me,
what?
I left. And I'm glad I did, because I didn't want to bring that to my parents. They don't deserve that.
No.
My mother is a volunteer and helps people learn more about the Bible. She volunteers her time with studying the Bible with other people. And she had to prepare for people coming onto her property because of that. Back to my husband. My husband, after that facility, he didn't meet the qualifications.
You will not get a cent from me.
So much. The CEO was amazed. He didn't think he would get better.
Not a cent.
He even told Don's mom that.
You won't get a cent from Molly. Really? No. Well, I mean, we'll see how those words pan out in the end too. I mean, somebody will clip this. Actually, it'll be right here. So I guess we'll see how that ages. So far, what she ages does not age very well usually. I'm just kind of pointing that out right now. Anyways, where's the money, Molly? I mean, you guys are sitting here complaining about things that haven't even happened. She hasn't asked for a single thing. She hasn't said anything about any of that. But you are sure jumping the gun here over something. She's never going to get a cent from you. Never going to sue anybody. Like, why are you freaking out? Why are you so worried over nothing? She don't have a case, remember?
Because she had a meeting with us, Mom.
Look at her eyebrows. Look at her makeup.
That's going to be talked about later. Also,
she's got money for her alkaline water.
I did.
Oh my God! Look at her eyebrows. She looks beautiful. Her eyebrows are amazing. Did you see what you did today? Yeah. If you need a makeup tutorial, definitely don't take it from Molly. Please go watch Dre. But again, she wants you to focus on her outside appearance and take the focus off of what she's actually saying to you. Molly wants you to look at her physical appearance because Molly does not want you to actually hear what Dre is saying because it debunks everything Molly has told you for the last 6 months.
Didn't have a lawyer, and so many people were saying I have a lawyer. No, I got off the internet because the internet was acting a fool. I was like, y'all crazy, I'm out.
And now you want money from us?
Take care of. So while you guys are acting a fool,
you will not get a cent from us for what you did to that man, for what you did to Letitia. You will not get a money. I will give money to Letitia.
Listen, me and my.
Ooh, is that a big, bad, scary threat? Why are you crossing your arms? Are you mad again? Did you get upset? Why? Did she just burst another bubble by saying that she's never had an attorney and that you guys lied about that? In fact, she said how many times she hasn't had an attorney all along for months that she never had an attorney. But that seemed to really trigger you, Molly, when you heard that. You don't want to talk about that, though, do you? You just want to cross your arms and pout. I bet you could have stumped your little foot. I think you need to run to the fridge right quick. We need to see how fast you're going to scurry across that floor with all this pissed off energy you have inside you. I wonder if it'd be a little bit more of a clomp, clomp, clomp tonight instead of that little click, 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 clicks.
My husband worked hard. We make great money. We have savings.
Good, let them give him money.
Simply because that's what we do. We live very simply. So we have enough. And I've been living off of our savings. It was hard finding a place to put my husband because I'm in an RV. This is not a place for a person in his condition to be in.
Go home.
So I made the choice.
Y'all hear me smack? I'm sorry.
In a facility where it's going to be safe for him and easy for me to visit. And he was. and I pay $11,000 per month out of my savings
Yeah, sure.
every single month
Sure.
because he doesn't qualify for Altex, which is the long-term care insurance.
I don't believe you.
Arizona. He's not covered.
I don't believe
I
you.
don't either. The military's going to pay for that.
So
Here's the crazy thing that I think people are missing. She doesn't ask for anything. I watched this earlier, of course, as you guys know, a lot of you watched it with me. She never asks for anything. What she's asking for is the space to come back and do her job and earn her living, work her business. That's what she's asking for the space for. She's not asking for anybody to pay for anything. She never says that. She says she wants to come back and have the space to work her business and, do her thing. That's it. That's all. She's not asking for people she just wants the ability to do her job and make her money so she can afford his care. That's all she's asking for. She's not asking for everybody's opinions on what he should be getting for. That's off the table. That's not the discussion that's even should be had. These are decisions that she's making. They're not up for discussion of whether we like them or not. That's not our loved one. That's her husband. She's allowed to make those decisions. And she's also allowed to have the space to continue to work her business without fear of people like this trying to paint a narrative that she harmed her husband. Again, she has been cleared. The police department did a thorough investigation because of social media. I can't even talk. Sorry, I just got to point out some of these things because these are really annoying. Like, it's so annoying to watch them be so mind blown. And how dare they ever even if she was, let me say this too, even if she did come to social media and say, I need help to take care of my spouse. God damn it, that's her right. But I bet she sure as hell would go about fundraising a whole lot differently. And I bet there'd be a goal amount. And I bet there'd be transparency about it. And I bet it would actually go to the care of Marvon. Can't say that about the single cent that you guys raised on behalf of Marvon or off of Marvon's name. Kenya. And before you start pointing fingers about all this money, because it's already started, that I've made off of Marvon's name, first of all, I've never even gotten a YouTube check, just so we're clear on that. And I've been extremely transparent about when I monetized my channel, when I did it, how I went about it. I have never said my channel did not come into existence because of the facts in this story. I have never not said that was factual. I'm not out here painting a narrative and exploiting mental illness for profit. There's a big difference. Don't try to compare them because it'll never work out for you. You can spin it all you want, but you can count my coins. I don't give a fuck. I'm not making those coins off of exploiting somebody's story by lying to people and creating a narrative because I'm an evil. And I'm going to say this because this is how I feel. Human being that is so miserable in my own soul and so envious of Dre that I can't stand it. That's what I think. Molly wants to be just like Dre, and it's disgusting.
The VA comes and visits him, they still give him care.
Mm-hmm.
But no, they're not paying for this.
You're a liar.
And
You're a liar.
I'm at the point now where
she thinks you people are idiots.
Hell, my husband is going back to that care facility
for
what they did to him. And I don't know what's worse, the person that did it or the fact that the other people there are sweeping it under the rug and trying to cover it when it's clear signs of abuse.
She's trying to pull a fast one.
I can't have my husband come in this RV. I need a home. In order to have a home, you have to show 3 months worth of pay stubs.
Building it up.
My pay stubs are not going to show that I can afford a place because I'm not living off of current income. I'm living off of past. And with $11,000 getting deducted every month, my savings account is dwindling. And I need to come back.
What about their house?
Make an income for my children.
It wasn't my place, it was mine.
Is she still not selling that jewelry?
Yeah, where's her jewelry? Where's her house? She's lying. She's a fucking liar.
And now that it is no longer safe for him to be in a place.
Where's her jewelry? She's in an RV. Are these people just complete? I mean, come on. Like, look at this situation. They don't want to hear anything that's going on because they don't want to actually admit that this is the reality of everything. This is the reality of what the situation is, and they can't twist it.
Like
She's
Her house is paid
lying.
off. Isn't her house paid
and
off?
I need to show,
Everything she's telling me, my instinct is telling me
Okay,
she's
my
lying
guess-
to everyone.
and right now it's not showing that. So what I'm asking,
Are those the same instincts that told you to take a money from a stripper in New Orleans? I mean, I'm just asking for a friend. I mean, that might be Kyle, but I'm just wondering if those are the same gut instincts that told you to do that same thing as are telling you that she's lying. Just wondering.
also,
I don't fault her
that
for making
if you have
money.
any negative,
She's supposed to be
video reports,
she just
But-
got an
any
award.
negative anything.
I don't
please
fault her for
just
making money. I
pray
bet
about
it.
it.
She's a
the way
top
she-
seller still.
Because that's
Right.
not healthy for me.
But the way
She's
she-
and
still a top seller.
You see, with all these lies, everybody, like so many people try to get CPS involved, and they did. CPS thoroughly investigated my family.
I never called
They
them.
interviewed my children, and they stopped by 3 different times. 3 different times.
I never called them.
The
Nobody
Tucson
ever. No,
Park
yeah,
campaign
we don't do that shit.
for my children. I had Yuma PD calling
Yeah,
me.
exactly, Jen.
I mean, my APS, of course, the VA hospital opened the APS case, even though
Yeah.
what's crazy is they created a wound on bond, and it was pretty severe, stage 2. I didn't even know until we got to the other facility.
Wow.
I thought you got child support.
The care that they gave
Oh
on.
my gosh.
She gets child support.
Stage 2 didn't tell me. I had to find out when he was at the new facility,
Mhm.
and I lost it because I never seen something as bad or tragic.
Yeah.
And yet, the police opens a case because of all the calls that they were getting. People were calling the Yuma Police Department, and they opened a case, and they conducted an investigation, and they cleared my name. They
Why
said,
can't she get an apartment?
obviously, they know things that
Hold on, Molly. Why don't you want to talk about what Dre just said right there? Why did you skip over that? What? Why did you want to skip over right there? You don't want to talk about that? Why was your response? Can't she get an apartment? She sure doesn't want to talk about a lot of the things that she's saying. Yeah, she wants to focus on like, oh, child support. Why is that any of your business? Who cares if she does? She's providing for her children. Again, none of your business. Doesn't matter. None of your business. Yeah, you can go get an apartment. What? She's focusing on the most insane things because she cannot, there's so much of what Dre's saying. She cannot, and she does not want to highlight these things because she does not want to draw attention to them. That's my opinion, but it seems very telling right now.
the internet doesn't.
Sell the
Because
camper.
the internet created this false narrative that not even the internet. It was very few amount of people, very little. It's a small little few group of women, and they're not even. Most of them weren't even connected with each other. It's just crazy how all this got spread from a tiny few people. That's it, and it blew up and took the internet by storm.
Get an apartment. Why do you need a house? Sell the
People
camper.
did videos on me. Not once did anybody.
She's an asshole. She's a total
This
fraud.
is what I plan to do a video.
I think she's a
that I wanna
fraud.
do. This is what's going on. You know, this is what I plan to bring.
That's rich coming from you, Molly. That's real rich coming from you at this point in time. You think she's a fraud because she's explaining the needs of her family and what has been going on. But she's a fraud. However, everything she's pretty much said, except for personal experience, anything she's talking factual as far as what you guys have done, we can verify with proof from your own words. But she's the fraud. She's the fraud. Okay. Just pointing out the irony in some of these statements here. This is ridiculous. It's absolutely, but Molly complains about the same thing. Molly has a wish list. They've complained about Dre having a wish list. I don't think Dre has 3 vacuum cleaners on hers, though. I don't know. I mean, you could compare them, but that's not the case. Dre has stuff for her kids and her living. Molly has excessive needs. You can't compare them. Like Molly just wants to point out all these things about everybody else because take the eyes off. Rules for thee, not for me.
Out if there's something you would like to say. There was one person who did email me and say something like that. She already put out a video. So by that time,
Also, one other thing. Sorry, I know I'm pausing a lot, but you notice how she keeps grabbing that pill bottle, anxiously grabbing that pill bottle. I bet she wishes there was something that would numb out all of these facts right now in that pill bottle that could just like change the narrative that's being told here, because here comes the truth and it's like, oh, make it stop. I bet there was a fix it all pill that she wishes she could have.
But no, we're done. I would have talked to someone. I would have. If someone would have approached me and asked me for my side or my truth or what's really going on, then I would have shared that. But people didn't. The only person that asked me for permission to speak about me and my family was the Facebook or YouTube, the missing puzzle pieces. I was sent a personal message and they sent me 3 different videos that was put together. And I was blown away. I'm like, oh my gosh, these are beautiful. Yes.
Yeah, sure.
You have permission to use my paid content to create these videos. It's the only person that ever asked me.
And I shot them all down.
That you paid for a subscription again.
Again, not factual. Once again, Molly, that's a bottle of fuck it all. Yes, there you go. That's what I was looking for. She did not shoot all of them down. She tried spinning that narrative after they came back and did the whole death hoax. She used a few of the missing puzzle pieces videos to try and paint another narrative and said that Dre was the one posting those videos to try and cook up a new narrative to clear her hands and make her look innocent. Well, here, once again, you're getting dealt the facts. Dre is telling you that that page is the only one that reached out to her, so on and so forth. But Molly used that in November to try and spin this whole like distraction after they announced his passing, which he's still with us.
I shot them all down.
About the abuse that took place.
Oh gosh. I hate this. Lord.
It blows my mind how people only associate pain and hurt with tears. I've already cried so much. I'm not gonna, I am trying my best to hold it together as if this is easy for me.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But that just shows how desensitized humanity is that I'm not looked at as a person. When I get off of this, like.
All right, what I assume, and I can say only assume, that the deleted comments that are getting deleted are people that are asking her, why don't you sell the RV? What about the house in Yuma? Why don't you get an apartment? These are real questions. What about paparazzi? And they're all getting shot down. I really think that she's asking for money under false pretenses.
No, she did not. I have not watched Molly's reaction to this, so that's why it's so like, what the frick? I've seen just bits and pieces of it and not, oh, she did not. She's asking for money under false pretenses. First of all, she never asked for money. I don't even know how that came out. Secondly, false pretenses. Her husband, everything she said has been factual. So where would the false pretenses come into play? And again, it's ironic that you're trying to point this out right now. And it's ironic that you are trying to encourage her to sell this camper, that the camper also played a big, huge role of your narrative that you tried to push, that he bought the camper to try and escape. So if she was to sell the camper, you would be like, see, she's selling off his stuff. Like, that doesn't make sense. And she's got kids and animals and should be able to live in a house if she wants to live in a house. You should have no say or fact in that. Like, that's none of your business. Again, she's not asking for nothing. And even if she was, that's still none of your business.
With Flava entitling this lawsuits, oh my, I haven't heard her say anything about a lawsuit. The thing is
no, she was live before. This is something else. She was live prior.
I don't think listen, I've been doing this for a long time and I know a lot about lawsuits and defamation. She does not have money for lawsuits. And just so you know, it is almost zero. It's 1% to zero that a lawyer is going to take a case pro bono to prove.
Marissa, she's not talking about lawsuits.
I'm talking. Justin, can you give me 1 second to finish my sentence?
Sure.
All right. Flava titled this lawsuit, oh my.
Mm-hmm.
It almost seems as if she's trying to say that she's looking to sue these content creators for defamation. That's never going to happen. We used what she gave us. She gave the public, hundreds of thousands of people.
Mm-hmm.
what she gave us. Of course, we're going to critique them, and we're all going to agree. And now she's still got an axe to grind with lies against Letitia. Letitia never put out where he was.
Okay.
Letitia's done nothing. You think this girl's got the money? Why isn't she
Can I
answering?
speak? Flava was live because she was talking about someone else, saying she was going to sue another creator. It has nothing to do with this.
So she was.
Oh shit. I have to say I was holding my breath through that. That was great. Because that had nothing to do, like, I've never even watched all of this, but I knew to gather context of all the pieces in this, like, skim through it and try to make sure that I knew the pieces. So I had already gathered that Flava was live during, oh my goodness, what a dumbass. This shows how desperate she was to hop on there and paint a narrative that she didn't even gather the facts again. Didn't even, and Spanky's about ready to get lit up. Spanky, how you feeling about that right now? How you feeling about getting your ass chewed multiple times last night? Can you let her finish her sentence?
I wasn't talking about Drake.
No, no, no,
All right. I thought you was talking about.
no, something
God.
completely separate.
She was talking about Rotten Crotch. Oh God. All right. Thank you. Thank you for telling me.
I think it would be important for you to hear the truth.
It's not the truth coming from you.
And providing me a safe place to do that is important. My girl's father tried to take them away. And no, it was not granted to him.
Don't tell me to fucking listen.
For my girls.
Ever.
I'm responsible for their health and for their care. And we eat really good. Organic, plant-based.
See, that's why you're broke, you fucking idiot.
I need to make the income in order to keep providing. So I'm
fucking $500 on fucking alkaline water. You can make your own alkaline water with salt and fucking Arm & Hammer baking soda, just a pinch, you idiot.
Because of how bad it was. I needed to be.
Has Molly been researching how to make alkaline water? Molly, are you going on the alkaline vegan diet? Are you trying to tell us something here? Is that what's going on? You seem really triggered. And who told you to listen? Did somebody in the comments tell you to listen? Because they've been trying to tell you this all along, that Flava's title wasn't that for any reason other than it was about somebody else. I mean, come on now. This is getting good. Oh, this is embarrassing. I'm embarrassed for you, Molly and Spanky. I'm embarrassed for you at this point. Y'all have painted yourself into a corner that you're not getting out of, and you guys are just putting on this circus show in front of everybody in that corner and doing a little dance.
A place where other
get an apartment
are going to be.
Where's your house?
Or
it's sitting in the same place it was before.
Yeah. What happened to it?
You know what? She's right. Even though I don't like Dre, she is a mom and wife. That's Raza's mom. That's Bella's mom. That's
you will not get any sympathy from me. Yeah, look at her nails. Look at her nails.
Of what we feel, she still is.
You will not get nothing from me.
Isn't it funny how she says, even though that's her mom, well, even though Letitia is Vaughn's mom, how about that?
Yeah, I'm the one with the 85,000 subscribers, and we have no sympathy for you, honey. 85,000 over here.
Why Vaughn's in the hospital and.
What's that supposed to mean? Molly, do you realize she's got over 600K on one platform? What does your 80,000 followers have to do with anything? Can anybody enlighten me here? She had 20K. She had a quarter. She had a quarter of your following watching her live video after she has not been live on any platform in months. She had over 20,000 people watching her. A quarter of your following. I know it's hard for you to do math, but work with me here. That's a quarter of your following, Molly. She had live at one point in time after she hadn't been live for months. Who's buying subs, Molly? God, these slaps gotta hurt, Molly. It's gotta be stinging over there. This has got to be worse than those waft stings that you have done in your face. This has got to hurt worse than that. And you don't even get any nitrous oxide to numb the pain on this one. You got to take it. This is enjoyment.
Why this is so serious?
Lord mercy. I wonder who been abusing him, y'all. Everybody good in chat, y'all. Y'all good in chat.
Her and her gross lashes and her cheap dresses. The fuck out of here.
Thank you, Jesse.
Remember,
Thank you, Jessica.
the handling of $1 from one idiot to the next. Watch.
Thank you, Ashley McKnight.
Look at the way she talks to them. She's hoping that they'll give her money. She's gonna calm them into it.
There's someone that works at the care home that Vaughn is at. There's only 4 people there.
She's trying to say that he's being
You know,
abused.
It's really sad when Vaughn's mother put out that really whack. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Excuse me. I don't want to be petty. I don't. And I'm gonna put my nuck if you butt side away. So
Yeah, right. That's a good one.
when Vaughn's mother posted that poem, it was intentionally to create negative feelings for you to have towards me.
I was trying to tell everybody she was watching the whole time.
Vaughn
Yeah.
was in an assisted living with 4 people.
It was the Facebook.
It was,
that came after her.
it was on her own
I
Facebook.
would imagine, which is why
It was on her own Facebook, sweetheart.
It was so. I mean,
Calm
it's
down.
always nice. I feel
What's that got to do with it? She said Letitia put it out. What does that got to do with it? Why are you getting so antsy again, Molly? Molly, is it because there was the original Facebook post that was made with the almost identical post, and then Letitia reposted it on her page a couple months later, and then it got kicked off that something had happened at that point in time that he passed away too? Was that because of that? Oh, it's because a family member posted that poem first, and then Letitia posted it on her page herself. And then you guys first initially said that, yeah, that's how that went. Yeah, one of the family members posted that poem in a post in the Facebook group. And then a couple months later, Letitia posted it, and come to find out it's like a poem or a part of a song or something to begin with. Yeah.
there's no wonder why Vaughn was healing. I mean, we're around.
Exactly, Lena.
I mean, beautiful. I don't want to say plants, but yeah, plants. I don't want to say greenery because it's a lot of green, but also like cactuses. Like it's a desert. I love the desert, but we're in the mountains. The air feels fresh and crisp. And I go every day, and nobody knows where we're at. You know, like it's so good. My children go see their dad. Like, we spend time with it. It feels good. I would be with him all the time, and it was nice. And
She's so low IQ, I can't even take it.
He got very good attention. They were on it. I really like how, although they might not have seen what I seen, which
What? She's so low IQ as you are sitting there gargling and groaning and moaning. She's the one that's low IQ. She is articulately explaining her current situation and what is going on in her life. No cussing, no nothing. Very articulate, very well spoken. But she's low IQ and you are mumbling and grumbling. Gotcha. Again.
which is for me, I've seen so many great things for Vaughn. I've always, that's my baby. I'm always gonna fight for
Where's your boyfriend?
So
I thought you were so hot you were gonna get yourself a rich boyfriend. What's going on?
Did you just say your name?
What?
Did she just say your name?
No
they
idea.
might have felt differently. They supported me. I really like how, although they might not have seen what I seen, which is for me,
All right, listen closely. The comment section lit up and they were trying to tell Molly that she said her name. I backed it up so you guys can hear this because in my opinion, it's not said. I don't see how they twisted this, but here you go.
I've seen so many great things for Vaughn. I've always, that's my baby. I'm always gonna fight for
Where's your boyfriend?
So
I thought you were so hot you were gonna get yourself a rich boyfriend. What's going on?
Did you just say your name?
What?
Did she just say your name?
No
they
idea.
might have felt differently. They supported me. And I fought so hard to get my husband to have foods that were approved, like sea moss. I fought for
No man wants sea moss, you idiot.
Finally was able to get sea moss. Like, what? Are you kidding me? And then I tried so hard for Vaughn to get moringa powder.
Me too, Brian. Me too. I used to work at a nursing home.
Oh god, men don't want that stupid.
Sea moss in the morning, moringa
Sea
powder.
moss.
And then
Nobody
I
wants
bring that to
that.
the hospital. Ashwagandha was added.
Yeah, she definitely did not say Molly at all. She didn't say Molly. She said, I'm always. That's what I heard. Yeah, that's what I heard too. I didn't hear, yep, I'm always. That's what I heard too. But I again, they're just trying to twist this anyway that she's personally responding to Molly somehow, some way. Like that's been, that's what their hope is, that she's going to address Molly by name. Like they're itching for it so bad. They're like grabbing onto anything they can. Interesting how she continues to try and paint a narrative that Dre has a boyfriend too. That is, I don't know where any of that came from. There is no factual basis behind it. This is just them trying to, again, spin a narrative to make you feel a certain way about Dre. It's emotional manipulation, trying to make her out to be this horrible person. How dare you do this? Blah, 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 blah. It's just a smear campaign at this point.
And Vaughn, he would have purple lemon tea every day.
Nobody wants that bitch.
Like, duh, what do you expect him to do whenever he's on something so good? It's amazing. It's amazing. I'm not the type to hold on to negativity. How can you hold on to negativity and expect positive things to happen?
Oh God.
That doesn't make sense.
You okay?
Repel.
You're so full of shit.
So I need to have a good positive mindset. And I always have.
You okay? You're a walking.
Him, baby, as long as you keep fighting, I'm gonna keep fighting.
Whatever, creeper.
And if you feel like it's too much, then baby, I will give you your dignity and we'll go from there.
Mm-hmm.
But he continues to fight. After 4 months. Vaughn started making noises. Like someone that's supposed to never talk again, never walk again, never speak again,
and he probably will.
Then later for the rest of his life, he started like I say talking, he started talking, but it's like noises like like he does that.
He's in a vegetative state, baby.
What? It was the most amazing thing.
Okay.
And it was the most amazing thing to me that
I think it's sad. I think it's very sad.
For a song to be written and all of that, so that I could play it for my baby.
Justin, very sad.
Justin, put my head to a wall.
How much it meant to me to hear his voice.
Justin, taking selfies.
But there's so many milestones that he would hit.
Keep telling yourself that, little baby girl.
I ain't even gonna say.
Oh, here she goes.
So I'm just like, what the? It's amazing how the lights that were turned off are turning back on.
Yeah, okay, gotcha. Yeah, tell yourself that. Tell yourself that.
Like what?
You are something else.
It's amazing. And I see him every day.
I just need to point out something. We're not going to watch much longer of this. You guys know I stream from my bedroom, and Kyle, I'm trying to be respectful. Kyle needs to go to bed pretty soon. So I'm only going to do this for a few more minutes. We'll pick up tomorrow and finish it off tomorrow, and then we'll continue on our timeline. So I'll only keep you guys a few more minutes. But something I want to point out here that just bothers me continually with this, and I'm going to back it up again, and because I want to make this point, but I want you to hear again what she says right before I say this.
Are turning back on.
Yeah, okay, gotcha. Yeah, tell yourself that. Tell yourself that.
Like what?
You are something else.
It's amazing. And I see him every day. So
you're
I'm
horrible.
by his side, witnessing it every day.
Yeah.
Breathing life into my baby.
Where are the videos?
Every day he gets his therapy. Every day he gets his aromatherapy. Every day.
Yeah, you told us he's in a hellhole.
He is.
You told us he's being abused.
And it shows in the level of care that he.
Wait. What do you mean the level of care? You said he's got to get out of there.
Well, I think she said he got out of there.
Oh God.
I just want to remind you something. Molly claims that she is the voice of Marvon, right? She is the voice of Vaughn. That's what she claimed to be. Again, we have all discussed this at length. Marvon did not need a voice. Nobody is speaking on behalf of anybody else. Nobody needs a voice. That is not the case. But Molly self-appointed her that. But as the voice of Marvon, think about what she is saying and how disrespectful she is being to Marvon. Think about that. Dre is talking about him making improvements, and Molly is mocking this. Granted, she claims to her subs and everybody that she is the voice that's fighting for this man, that they have his best interest at heart. But yet they're mocking him making improvements. I know that that doesn't seem like okay, but that's what her subs, she does this and they believe it. How? How can you?
She's so fluff, woo woo.
Do you hear this?
Glib. Look at those tacky nails.
Do you guys want to hear it?
Oh, wow, you're so happy.
Speaking of tacky nails, you really loving rocking that black these days.
Oh, oh, hold on. I don't think I can.
Wow, look at those frosty nails.
Toss them off, baby.
Wow, they're so
Do you
frosty.
guys want to hear?
I think it's sad that
She's laughing. By the way, I'm not trying to be a bitch, but ask Flavor, since she's one of the Dono girls, if she's doing a fundraiser for.
no, don't ask her that.
Why is that so funny? Why is that so funny, Molly? Flava didn't start the fundraiser for Justice for Vaughn. Why would that be so funny? Why would... Interesting. Yeah, so Molly claimed that she hates black nails. Just for context, if anybody's confused by that, I wasn't saying black nails are trashy. I usually rock black nails. I just randomly have red nails right now. Molly has claimed all along, ever since I came in, it was like one of the first things I heard her say was how trashy black nails were. And then I found out Makeup Mobster has black nails a lot. And then I wear black nails a lot. I think Dre's had black nails a few different times in photos and videos too. And Molly always talks about how trashy it is. And then she shows up on camera not long after I got doxxed with black nails. Like days. It was, the whole thing was just really, really odd. Really odd, really creepy. I did put a whole video of that together just on the irony of the black nails too. But okay, I'm going to do just a little bit longer and then we're going to call it quits for the night. I have been at this all day.
She's laughing.
What are you going? What was that?
He's doing amazing. He was doing, it was amazing. It was amazing. The milestones that he's making, the things that doctor said he would never do.
Oh, she left?
And it's incredible. And he's my whole heart and soul. Which is why I'm so disturbed at this setback, because he was doing great and he was healing. And I even found a neurology place that is going to do the hyperbaric chamber on him. Or
oh my God.
I've already toured the facility. I told them about my husband's
She knows.
and they're ready.
She was
They're
like,
hey,
better.
get him here. We'll do our job 5 days a week, hyperbaric chamber.
No, hyperbaric.
Actually, I have done research on this in the past after Kyle's dad was in a coma and brain injuries. I actually did research and there's a whole thing with like them using it with NFL players and concussions and certain types of brain injuries. There's a whole thing to it. It's actually a really cool, interesting thing if you want to research it, because what she's saying is actually truthful. They do work on certain types of brain injuries. Granted, there's only, there's parameters and stuff, but why wouldn't you want to hold out hope in some way, shape, or form? Why? I mean, as the voice of Vaughn, like Molly tries to claim, again, that's not the case and never should have been even something that was given life to. But why wouldn't you hold out hope? Why wouldn't you want this for this man? Like, none of this. Exactly in your face. That's why it frustrates me, because even people that I like have different views on some stuff here. And it's so frustrating because I don't ever want to picture myself in those shoes. I don't wish that on anybody, that they have to be in her shoes. But how, it's just incredible how we can be so disconnected with reality that we are willing to allow ourselves to say, everybody else is so wrong for things that we don't have any idea how we would react to ourselves. I mean, it's incredible, like how twisted this whole thing is. It's really sad. This has shown if anything, I will have to say this story has really shown the lack of connection in reality. Like, people need to touch grass. There is a lot of shit going on that people are so disconnected and so able to do horrible things and justify it time and time again. And it's actually really sickening.
Chamber.
I've been trying so hard to get the VA to approve that and your referral, and that's really, it's been a fight that I haven't won yet. But Wednesday night, early Thursday morning, my husband was withheld his food and water. And I know this because of the severe dehydrated state that he was in the following day. He did not look the same, and I was very concerned for the way he looked. And with him every day, this
Yeah, right. I got you.
It was bad. And
I don't know. I might have to
Any
end it or something,
allegations?
guys.
I think right now I'm gonna leave out a lot of certain details.
Yo,
But
no.
It hasn't given any details.
5 pounds.
right back the next day.
5 pounds.
And
No.
12 hours later, not even like the next day, not like 24 hours, 12 hours later. And I said, I know that. Watch. And he's gonna
I
lose
just
5
love being
pounds.
lied to.
People don't lose 5 pounds overnight. That don't make no sense. Watch. He's gonna weigh more. And certainly enough, he did. And
I would love to lose 5 pounds overnight.
now,
You know how she said that he done so much better when she was around? Imagine how much better he would do if his mother was around, if his father was
I'll
around, if
drop
his
a link
stepmother was
to
around.
her Facebook.
Imagine that, Justin. Imagine that. Listen to you. Can you imagine that energy of what has been done to him around? I wouldn't even want to imagine how terrible that would be. I wouldn't wish that energy on anybody, because if you are willing to exploit your son to this extent and continue to do it today, even encouraging Molly and her shenanigans, there's a special place in hell for you. That's my feelings on it. And I'm sorry you're not going to change it. And on that note, we're going to end this for tonight, because I'm not going to say nice things. And it's not going to be pretty, because I have a lot that, we're going to end it there for tonight. And we are going to pick up on that tomorrow, because we're not on a time crunch here. Unfortunately, the misinformation cronies, it's here. They're not going anywhere. Things haven't changed. We're not in a hurry. We've been laying this out bit by bit all along. It's not about being the first to put the information out. It's about being truthful, and it's about being factual and helping the situation, not harming the situation. Dre can speak for Dre. I'm not going to be restreaming that, all of that. I will pick up things that, are details or things that fit in timelines or correct pieces that we need to do if that comes into play. But as far as everything else, we're going to continue on. I want to revisit the Rusek story tomorrow and open tomorrow up with that and a reminder of what was done to their family, because that was horrifying too. And all of these have the same factors that underlie and a lot of the same characters. And it's unfortunate, but time and time again, we're watching them get away with it. It's sad. Everybody's like, okay, good night, y'all. I hope you guys have a great night. Thank you for dealing with all this. Y'all have been amazing. I just have to say, y'all have stuck it out through a lot of stuff. And it's been a rough 6 months of insanity for sure. But I think that change will come. We got to keep the faith on that. Something good will come out of this. We've got to continue to believe that something good's going to come out of this. But it is, because guess what? The one thing at the end of the day that I know for a fact, and I will say this boldly, the one thing I know for a fact that is going to change is these guys will not be allowed to do this to another victim and their family. There will be so many people that stand up and use their voices to help prevent that from happening, that it will take the perfect storm for that to ever happen again. It would take somebody willingly walking in, just like in this situation, that wanted to set up some type of thing like this for this to ever go unnoticed. Hey, Betty Boop. I know for a fact, I can trust and believe that these people, trust me, they've all enlightened us. The OGs have enlightened us on all of the history here for a long time. We got a crash course. We don't even know half of the history. But this is all catching up. It's all catching up. And it's time we also venture out. And I know Dre is on everybody's minds right now, but it's a good reminder that she is the current situation. We're doing this because we don't want there to be a future situation like there is past situations, past victims that they victimized. Gig is up. I hope I am too. You know, that will be something's going to change though. There's not going to be, like, they might be able to work angles, but there's going to be people are catching everything they're doing. And they cannot weasel out. And people are trying to hold them accountable for their words. And it's starting to hit them where it hurts. And that's in the pocketbook. So no matter what, we're making improvements. Things are happening. They're talking about giving up. They're not giving up. That's the sympathy ploy of send more money. So you make me feel like I'm worth being here and blah, 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 blah. Woe is me. My job's so hard. Your job's so hard coming on here and exploiting victims and their stories and their tragedies. That's so hard. Your job is so hard. You're entitled to $10,000 a month, or it's not worth it to you to get on here and exploit somebody's story and tell lies about their story. For what? For what reason? Isn't that crazy? And that's the level of entitlement these people think they have. That they're entitled to this. Think about that. That this is the world we live in. An almost 50-year-old woman thinks she is entitled to get on here and destroy somebody's life. And if it's not paying her $10K a month, it's not worth it to her. Think about that. I'm on my soapbox for sure. Yes, Lisa. Yes, Beth. Absolutely. Positive thinking, power and positive thinking. By the way, we got some very good news today. Y'all keep praying, sending energy to my friend. It's working. She got positive results. It's working. Send all those baby vibes out there. Today's been a good day on many levels. Absolutely glam it up. Yeah. Me too. And I keep hoping too, like she's got a big platform. Like, that's why I was laughing when Molly said that about her 80,000. I'm like, what are you flexing for right now, bro? Like, I can understand her flexing at me like that, but flexing to Dre, like, in her opinion, Dre would be punching down to acknowledge Molly. Like, that's Molly's words, that's how Molly reacts about this. To watch this all unfold like this is insane. Yeah, happy, happy, happy. It's coming from all directions too. It is coming from all, and that's the crazy thing. I think it's just this perfect combo of everything come into play. We've been doing this. I was trying to think about it. I started this in July. I started talking about this. It's been wild to say the least. And there has been so many crash courses and sideline things that we've had to like try and navigate through to even get to this point to be able to talk about this. Yes, Nanya. Yes. I know. That was like the best part of today. The best part of today for sure. Oh, Lady Canine. That's interesting. I'll definitely look that up. I would love that to look that up. By the way, too, like, y'all just keep saying positive things. If you have extra time and want to set your device up and give Dre a view, supporting her that way, doing things like that, that would be wonderful. Trying to send people that way. I know she's doing videos and makeup stuff and things like that. So remember, you can find easy way to support, even if you don't have time to sit through them, turn them on and let them play, whatever the case may be. All right, y'all, I'm out of here now. That was a really long Midwest goodbye. Kyle's probably snoring behind me. And I have dogs passed out. Kiki passed out on the floor. I'm past my bedtime by an hour. Okay, good night, y'all. Oh, by the way, one more thing. Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Nobody cares. Nobody cares that your feelings are hurt by me calling you a dimwit. You're still a dimwit. And you're an embarrassment. And I stand on that. And I don't care if your feelings are hurt about it. Your behavior should be more what you're concerned about than what I think of you. Your behavior is what you should be concerned about fixing instead of me calling you a dimwit. Because you're still a fucking dimwit. But I guess you're too much of a dimwit to put that into perspective that who gives a fuck what Becky says about me? Like, who's Becky anyways? I'm irrelevant, right? So why does it hurt your feelings? I mean, I understand, man. Like little hands. I got little hands and little feet too. I really do. I get the struggle. I get it. But stop taking it out on people. You can be your dimwit self with your little hands. It's okay. Time to accept yourself and embrace it. All right. On that note, good night, Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Good night to the everybody of the island. I hope y'all have a great night. I will see you tomorrow.